Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm on fire this week. Right. Thank you for your comments on the last video. I feel another quick video coming on, and the cards are behaving. So I've clicked record before I'm ready because two cards have shown themselves and they're bringing in a message. So I think in yesterday's reading, higher will coming in. Okay, there's a lot of energy gathering with a lot to say. There's a big question here about doubt and insecurity, about trust and what we trust. So I believe the 11th house came out in yesterday's reading in some context. But what it's coming out with today is the Pathless. And as soon as this card presented itself, so this is difficult decisions and lack of direction. What I saw was other energy coming in, and its approach is going to challenge in the human everything that the human is expecting that to fix. And it's going to bring the human into architect. So it's almost like guides that are gathering, new councils that are forming, are really going to challenge our perception of what true cooperation and collaboration is. So what I can feel kind of here is the field of codependency. It's that whole waiting to be rescued by something higher and greater. It's that which we put outside ourselves. It's like a whole new way of being. It's almost like finding the art in lack of direction, finding the peace, finding the harmony in a lack of direction, because what it's going to challenge is that word. I've been sitting with this for about a week. I think it's why I went through my corporate retrograde yesterday. And what does ambition mean? And I was asked recently by somebody about how I view success and ambition. I said, I have no ambition, really. And it surprised me to hear myself say those words. And that set me on this path of a deep dive into ambition and success and failure, and how those energies have completely hijacked and made distorted what could otherwise be a healthy ego. I can only remember two words of three words that came in yesterday: quantifiable, something, and then I got illusion. Some big revelatory energy here: aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. What these three cards are asking at the moment is, what have you learned? Right. I watched a really good December overview astrology video this morning, Molly McCord. I'll check her out, Molly McCord. She's mundane astrology. She's starting to touch on galactic points, but December's going to be a doozy. So if I have time, I will post it to my community tab. But what this is saying is, what have you learned? Let's go since COVID. What have you learned? What formatted behavior, I like that word, have you changed? Wow, that really opens up my throat chakra. What formatted behaviors have you changed? Here's a big question. Where have you learned to own your no? And where have you learned to tune in energetically to your yes? There's the ego. Is it an ego yes? Or is it a passionate, heartfelt, centered, steady yes? This is a dawning energy. It's a dawning. It's like it's just coming into, it's fast. Right, so I can see the Two of Swords. And there's something just kind of melting through that to dissolve. It's not dissolving that. This is where I get lost because I don't have the words to explain what it is I'm seeing. It's like it's permeating. It's permeating. Yeah, thank you. Look, for clarity to come, it has to come through a field of confusion. It bears repeating. I always say, and I'm sorry, it gets a bit of a cliche, but I always say, look, as we pull in the new light, it's going to hit every layer of resistance on the way down as we bring it to Earth, okay, and create this biosphere of holisticness, okay? So everything works together, the symbiosis. And so if we seek clarity, we have to own our confusion. If we seek love, we have to learn how to love ourselves. So we're in the pathless energy. I'm interested, very interested now to see what December is going to bring. What's the date? 21. We've got sun moving into Sag. It's Sag season. See, I'm missing the big stuff. Oh, interesting. Now, these cards wouldn't give me any cards from the top, but the story's coming off the bottom. So it isn't is this a December? I think I'm picking up on December. Can you see how fast the energy is? I'm just going to go with it. You can run me at half speed if I'm not making any sense. Underlying story, shepherd energy. I'm not liking these visuals, but that's because my subconscious tells me this is an abstraction of the beautiful feminine pentagram. Yeah, that's bringing in the whole stream of masculine toxicity and the taking of the ego and the making of duality, I guess, the good and the bad, yada yada. Not going down there. Celebration family, right? Yeah, I'm right. Do you know what? Without any ado, how are we for time? We're kind of okay. I'm going to go if I can find them. Let's go to the galactic deck. That's interesting. Okay, that's a hard no. That is a hard no. Mine is not to question why. Because sometimes it doesn't help. Yeah, it's not because I'm completely passive. It's because sometimes it doesn't help. What's coming in is so new, it's going to be hard to map to. So staying in the lack of direction. So this is like a new level of get lost. With love, get lost. Yeah, new influences, wanderlust. This is, so we've got December, but we're also building a bridge to 2024 and bringing in that 8 energy of expansion, activation. And my right hand has just tightened into a squeeze as I brought in that 8 energy. Is that going to feel quite Saturnian, maybe constricted? And what if I just release? So it's the release. It's going to be some Capricornian and Taurian the releasing of material property and wealth, or what we have perceived as wealth. But what actually can add up to spiritual hunger, spiritual famine, can also look like wealth. It's fast. Yeah, right. Yeah. So wealth covering up spiritual famine is the enchanter. It's the enchanter. It's where I sold out and let my pride, ego, and vanity take over to grab the big package and the fancy car and a fake sense of self-importance, when actually in my heart and my soul in the corporate world, the higher I climbed, the lonelier I got. I was no longer in love with my job, and I loved my job, meeting people, traveling around the country. It's just negotiating. It was beautiful, beautiful job until I got all self-important and didn't see my spiritual hunger. I was starving myself. I did it to experience that pride, ego, and vanity. So I know it now. So it's not about the money. Since then, it hasn't been about the money. It isn't about the money. Otherwise, I'd be charging 150 quid an hour. Okay, guide. Inheritance and correction. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, God, this, I just get religion. I get the North Star in the story of religion. Then I get the Bethlehem story and the Jesus story and the virgin birth story and all the energy that's been pumped into creating that, making that real, and birthing new archetypes, saints. That's what an archetype is. It's a collective belief that gathers moss, that gathers speed, that gathers energy and takes energy. Inheritance. Inheritance speaks to entitlement, which speaks to maybe victimology, maybe martyrdom. And that's what happens to us as human beings. We're just, I believe, naturally loving beings. I see it in everybody. We are naturally lovely, loving beings. But all of that gets squashed and distorted, toxified when we think we are entitled to something. So when we're out of alignment with working in our joy, moment to moment, just working in our joy. So me and my joy here now is talking so fast because the energy is coming in so fast. Yesterday, I was very light and very relaxed. So in the moment, being in my joy and dancing with spirit in this way, today's fast. Okay, I have no idea what I'm saying. This is crazy. So much bridging. There's so much bridging energy. So it's yeah. But look at the keys. We have a lot of keys in here, unlocking the truth. And the ringing of the bell, the ringing of the bell. There's something about responding to an alarm call or not responding to an alarm call. There's something fake here. There's something fake here. Okay, so let's bring in social media and the next big story. Okay. Some of us already know what's coming or suspect what's coming. I'm not bringing it in. I don't want to give energy to it. But if social media makes you turn your head, notice in you what is weaving itself into that energy. And is it anything to do with drama? Is it anything to do with trauma? And notice what's happening in your body. It's critical time. It's critical time. God. It's a critical time. Yeah, there's trauma, look. The warrior. Perfectionism and burnout. That's not a joyful energy. We dress it up as warrior. But actually, it's a symptom of trauma. Merchant, self-worth, trade, gambler, loss and risk. Okay. It looks like the old business system is coming down. Thank you. Those cards are amazing. So let's start to wrap this up. This could be as simple as galactic families really coming into close view. And I sense that moment might be hijacked by something man-made. And so discernment, diligence. We have diligence on the table, absolute diligence to sense the truth, to know the truth. What is my motivation in this? Is the question. The next thing that pulls all your focus, what is my motivation to be here? Sensing, hello. Okay. I believe one of the big movements in December is Neptune goes direct, Chiron goes direct, and there's another one. Big movements in December. It's not going to be a quiet month for those doing the work. And the sacrifice might be as simple as FOMO, fear of missing out. Limbic hijack, social media. I want to be in this. I want to comment on this and whatever. Obviously comment on the video. Routine, think, fire, Saturn, roots. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to, where am I going? We're going here. No, am I going here? No, am I going here? Yes. Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Sounds easy, doesn't it? So, shall I offer you chop wood, carry water? Chop wood, carry water. Where did I just see? Sixth house routine. Chop wood, carry water, so that you can live in both halves of the body, the animal, the lower, the grounded, the connected to earth, and the upper, the higher chakras connected to galactic family. Live in both, be both. Beautiful. Baby steps. There's an unfathomableness here. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. So this is the higher will coming in. And the taming of the intellect, the intellectual ego, let's say, the taming of that needs to know, needs to quantify. There's the illusion. Intellect needs to make itself important. Intuition doesn't. And you're not alone. Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, patience. Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave you with my love again, and I will see you again soon. Much love. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Bye.